So then we go into basically a second half. So this is the break where we go down and relax a little bit. So here we have, I think, one of the heaviest.
Oh, don't you dare skip that build-up.
Fine, let's just listen to this.
This is the best part of the entire album.
Oh yeah?
Oh
this
yeah.
one you love?
Oh yeah, so many Easter eggs hidden in there.
So on the demo, actually, this this whole pattern was actually very clearly there. And the idea kind of being that Pablo's just gonna start in a vacuum with already all of the energy, and then we're gonna join him on the downbeat right towards here. And in the final version, it morphed a lot into into a ramp.
That big build-up thing, very abstract build-up. But eventually, what we do play live is closer to the demo.
It is. That's true, because it's will be very hard to kind of bring this up
Yep.
Naturally. But so you wanted to talk about, I imagine, sound effects.
Oh
Yeah? What do we have here? What?
So you have jazz.
I never heard this.
Jazz singers singing the bass pattern for the song, but tweaked with different modulations.
Okay. Alright. Next layer.
So there's this movie I love, which is called Lamb.
Yes.
And there's a promo video of that movie where they were like showcasing a doll of the main character in the movie. And at one point during that promo video, there's a very absurd, very loud and very fake lamb noise, which we just used. And there's this just this one keyboard note in the background of that promo video doing the lamb scream, which was heard here as well.
So the
it's just that note pitched down and up, because we pitched down and up that lamb scream.
Gotcha. And so they were just together in the file.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's the pattern here. That's you guys made that from the original sample.
Yeah. And it sounds so ominous, even though it's just a stupid promo video for a movie.
Love it. And then we have some keys. Don't ask us about the legalities of sampling, please. Classic, always works. Just a increased tremolo or something, yeah. Look how happy he is!
It's so violent.
Can you hear this? Like, well?
Oh yeah, we can hear this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is one of the main layers that really provides that vibe. And some sound design here. What did Julian do with this? Yeah, he buried it.
Yeah. All this hard work.
All this hard work for nothing. But man, this, like those two together.
Oh yeah.
Why?
It feels good.
It feels good. So yeah, this is our big shuffle build up into what we call the heavy bridge, which is
A heavy bridge.
pretty much the same pattern again.
Yeah, it's just,
Almost
it's
the same.
It's kind of confusing because it's like sections of that main pattern, but in a different order.
Yeah.
It's not straight up the pattern itself. So I think it starts with the
Yeah.
and then later on you have the so you have to play them in a different order in your head while chugging this part. But
Yeah. I just remember them separately as a separate part, but
oh, you don't hear the pattern in your head when playing this?
no.
Oh man, that's crazy.
So drums, bass, and rhythm guitars.
C'est quoi que tu disais? Il n'y a pas de moment heavy dans Towards the Core?
Bah, ça sonne pas comme ça sur GP quoi.
Ah non. Gent. Cuade. Un truc un peu plus coupé, j'imagine.
Coupé.
Coupé.
Scoopé.
Je sais pas, c'est ce qu'on. Ou en tout cas plus scratchy.
Scratchy.
Pas beaucoup plus, je pense. Hein. Faut pas que ce soit trop muddy, ça devrait rester quand même bien percussif. Mais... Juste apporter un peu plus de chug et de.
Alors ça.
Ouais. Scratchy.
Oui.
Ça chug.
So here at the end.
Yeah.
Which is just here.
Scream.
As always, just find whatever you have in your session that you can ramp up and distort to hell at the very end and then drop.
I think a smart move would be for like one of our next albums to have only ramp downs. To be the most anticlimactic album ever. Yeah, start heavy and violent and then just go slower and slower until people are asleep.
And then we move into, well, yet another part of our study on shuffle, which is old school, sort of what, 50s, 60s,
Yeah, rockabilly stuff.
rockabilly
Yeah.
stuff, surfer stuff. The loudest kick in the history of rockabilly.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
It's just, it's quite fun. Like the drums here.
It's also probably the stiffest rockabilly performance ever. We're so uncomfortable playing this, it hurts.
You're fine. I think you're fine.
On est nul en jazz, nul en rockabilly, nul en rock. On fait bien semblant.
à la cantine.
I have a lot of respect for those musicians that can
me
sound
too.
laid back while playing this kind of stuff.
This
This is crazy.
This
sound.
is really fast.
It's a very difficult moment. Like we sell this very badly live because it's supposed to be a very fun and cheeky, tongue-in-cheek moment, and we're so tense. Like
can
we're
just see
terrified right before the end of that heavy verse. We're all just like, oh shit, we need to change pickups. Tone change and patch change and tempo change and everything, and then we go into this rockabilly thing. We're just like looking at our necks, like, oh shit.
Don't fuck it up.
It doesn't look fun at all.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really nicely done and like carefully done transition by Julian in the mix.
Works pretty well. Yeah,
It's really nice. Like I was worried a little bit that how will we combine both of them. So where do we end up here?
Read onward, crusade, Virgin Mother to extinction, undermining what we know.
Ça c'était cool.
On ferait pas un doublage grave là-dessus? Moi j'ai un doublage
Ah oui,
grave.
alors oui. Oui, si tu veux, on pense pas à ça, mais non, on fait les doublages après. Du coup.
Ouais.
Quoi?
Il y a eu un postillon latéral. C'est la première fois de toute ma vie que j'ai vu ça. Il y a un postillon qui fait tout vers l'arrière comme ça.
Mon ami il a rebondi là-dessus, il était tellement solide qu'il a fait bon.
On aurait dit un hanneton quoi.
C'est peut-être un morceau de pâte au pesto. Hein.
Ah, c'est vrai, ouais.
Du coup, c'est un c'est même plus un anti-pop quoi, c'est un anti-pat.
Un antipate.
C'est l'antipasti.
Ici, je crois qu'on a ce qu'il faut.
C'est un antipasti.
Earth onward, crusade, Virgin Mother to extinction, undermining what we know.
Clairement plus violent. Encore une fois la même.
Il y a deux trucs que je peux pas laisser ça comme ça.
Moi je pense que c'est le undermining
Exact.
et le spiraling down.
Exactement. C'est les deux qui sont vraiment pas bons.
Ouais, ici on n'a pas grand chose de bien donc retenons-le.
Peut-être que tu devrais
Après
prendre
la plus bas, tout court.
Ça va être encore plus dur.
Ouais.
Plus l'écart est grand, plus c'est compliqué à.
J'ai aussi l'impression que tu essaies d'arriver haut avant ton N. C'est peut-être de faire un O un peu plus long et de faire plus bouger ton O. Undermining what we know.
Ouais, c'est parce que. Ouais.
Parce que
C'est un autre mouvement du coup.
Bah oui, mais
Moi je l'entends pas
mais j'ai l'impression que tu essaies de changer ta hauteur pendant le N. Et c'est ça qui te fait à chaque fois un peu craquer.
Ouais, c'est vrai. Je suis
D'accord.
exactement ça que j'essaie de faire.
Et si tu faisais un truc du style Undermining what we know. Et que le what we tu le commences haut.
Ouais. On va essayer.
No.
Presque.
J'y arriverai pas.
Sûr?
J'y arriverai pas.
Plus. Restez encore 2 fois.
Undermining what we know.
Voilà.
C'est déjà mieux.
I just can never unhear that harmony that Anthony is doing on growls. He's like growling a note like on this to extinction, and it sounds so loud in the mix.
It does.
To extinction.
So sassy.
To extinction.
But I'm wondering if was it his?
Oh yeah, that's
To extinction.
Yeah, you're right, because it's only Anthony's
that's
tracks
his
here.
idea.
To extinction.
Ah! I forgot that we did that. That we actually did clean Anthony.
To extinction.
So you kinda. And of course, this whole part is again, as we were saying before, the same pattern as the beginning of the song. What's happening here? Did you just grab like a ball of mosquitoes and played your guitar through them, or?
I just love using tremolo. So I think it was the TC Dreamscape.
Okay.
And just cranking all the settings at max.
All right. The fastest possible.
Fastest
the
possible,
deepest possible.
loudest possible, square tremolo.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. So it gives quick changes in volume, equate distortion.
Yeah.
That's one of the things.
Oh no, it's my bad. It's not a tremolo. It's a vibrato here. On the Dreamscape, it's not
because
a
I was
tremolo,
gonna
it's a
say
vibrato.
this actually sounds like it's pitching.
Yeah, it's pitching, not on off. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're coming into what I really like. So this is your chorus,
Yeah.
right? And we have this really cool vocal part by you. Alright, let's talk about this one. This one is fun. So, just the vocals. We have a bit of a ping pong delay there going on, quite long, and this is the classic Romain pitched fry.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was a good one. So here we just did on top you can see the original track. On the bottom is just the print of that track. So we have this long scream. And then I just cut it up, each, whatever, 8th notes, and pitched it down. So yeah, this part's really fun. And then we go into what we call the industrial riff. This kind of thing evolves and builds up until the very last riff of the song. So now we basically just 2 riffs from the end of the song. They just happen to be long,
Which is
and
fine.
repeat a few times, which
For once.
for once, yeah. Yeah, but you're right. This song specifically is the song with the least amount of parts.
Yeah, because they repeat quite a bit.
Yeah, and they're super fucking hard. So I feel like we'd say that every single part, but this is a bitch to play.
Yeah, though we kind of adapted it live, so it's easier. But it was very difficult on the album because
Yeah,
there's
tell us why it was difficult on the album.
because we wanted with Pablo to have something kind of syncopated with I can't remember exactly how it panned out, but it was like the kick falling right before the beat and the snare right after. So it's not like a classic shuffle with like 1 2 3 pa-dun, 1 3 pa-dun, 2 3 pa-dun. It's like 1 2 3 and 1 2 3 and 1 2 3 and
Wow, that's bad. Wow.
the guitars kind of keep building up in how they play the tails to each bars. So there's different like kind of small, not licks, but small ways of ending the loop each time that keep.
They keep evolving, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, I really love this harmonic thing, this very Gojira thing.
Yeah.
So you play just the same note and pick the harmonic in 2 different
Two
places on the bridge.
Oh, that's clever. Huh. With here a lot of
A
bending.
bend, yeah, you bend up, play a harmonic, and then bend down, playing another harmonic. Yeah. Okay. And you have those backing vocals as well for this section. Very much
right, yeah.
influenced by In the Rainy Season by Strapping Young Lad, with this very, very heavy riff, but in the background you have very kind of almost exotic sounding vocals, kind of major, kind of an incantation vibe.
Incantation-ish, yeah, like very repetitive.
Very
and
repetitive,
so
yeah.
it always builds up. Let's just listen to the mixed version, or maybe Tulips, and then we can check in detail what's happening in the recording session of the vocals.
Dig down all the way down now, down in the ground, nowhere to be found. Dig down all the way down now, down. Dig down all the way down now, down, down. Dig down all the way down now, down in the dig down all the way down now, down in the ground, nowhere to be found. Dig down all the way down now, breathing fire and life into the machine.
So we have here, each time we have 2 layers.
Dig down all the way down now.
They do the same thing, one that sounds a bit fuller.
Down all the way down now, down in the ground, nowhere to be found. Dig down all the way down now.
And that one that sounds more radio-ish, and then each repeat is a new one that comes up.
Dig down all the way down now, down in the ground, nowhere to be found. Dig down all the way down. Dig down all the way down now, down in the ground, nowhere to be found. Dig down all the way.
And each time I'm reversing, if I'm singing right, yeah, I'm reversing if the full sounding one is on the left or on the right, so that kind of keeps on occupying, keeps on being balanced. I mean, it's always a bit unbalanced, which is also kind of part of the whole thing. But it keeps on balancing itself out and building, and then at the end we add a couple more, which is this and this.
Breathing fire and life into the machine!
And there was one like super low.
Breathing fire and life. Dig down all the way down now. Breathing fire and life into the machine.
I remember
That's way too low.
I remember recording this. Very cool. And then we go into what we call the war, la guerre, which is, I think, one of my favorite riffs from the album.
Yeah, for me too. I think it was not very happy with how this whole outro came out.
Oh no? On the final version?
Yeah, because I was so proud of this riff.
Ew.
I think this entire outro doesn't give it justice. That and the vocals as well could have all been performed a bit better. Doesn't sound as heavy as I hoped,
Oh, I see.
or as powerful.
You don't think it's part of the arrangement?
Yeah,
Just-
probably.
Just because it kind of also comes after this very extended, very heavy industrial part.
Probably. I was hoping that the third. So this entire outro is built just like a lot of very classic prog metal outros are, like the Graves by Caligula's Horse. The riff is mainly influenced by this song. Deliverance by Opeth. So you have like those 3 loops. I think 3 is a very good number for such outros because the second loop you kind of expect, and then the third one you're like, oh shit, that's an actual outro. Like they're really hammering their point, you know.
And usually the third repeat is something extra that happens that really makes it whatever bigger or
Gets
something.
heavier or more naked and more metal,
Which is what we do here.
Yeah, just like in Deliverance as well by Opeth. And then the fourth loop would be Overkill, so usually 3 is a sweet spot for this.
Yeah.
And here in the third loop there's just the riff, and I think it should sound much heavier than it does.
I see.
Should be a highlight of the album for me.
So the riff is this. I don't know if it could have been much more, much bigger or more.
I think if the bass and guitar tones locked in better, it would have.
That's fair, yeah. When you listen to them together. Like, I'm hearing kind of that the bass moves differently. They're playing the same thing and they're playing it together, but instead of doing wow, they kind of do.
I'm gonna love to zoom on you doing that.
Perfect. Which is something that I think on a lot of the Amensal Rise was the problem. Because we were, I mean, for music like this, when I record stuff with clients here or when I try to produce something, I tend to play it and then listen to it in context, see if it moves right. And with the with Omnerod, I tend to listen to it. Did I play what's written?
Yeah.
Did I actually manage to play all the notes and kind of intentions as I wanted them to? And very often we haven't taken really a lot of time so far to like check, okay, does it work with the recorded guitars? Does it move the same way?
Yeah.
If not, why not?
And even during the mixing stage, we changed guitar tones several times. So
So it's actually been hard to kind of match it because that's one of the things that I think we're learning over the past few recordings to do is really when do we block that and when are we happy with the tone so that the things can actually move together.
Ideally before mixing stage.
Ideally, yeah. Yep.
So we don't have to tweak that anymore.
Yes. That would be my preference as well. But it's difficult.
Especially on an entire album, because it's such a commitment to pick a main tone that will work for an hour and 10 minutes of music.
Yeah.
For a single song, you can get away with that, but
it's a bit
for
different.
an album, it's difficult. I think it was, for me, very much, it was a learning curve in terms of understanding what kind of mix decisions I like.
Yeah. What do you mean?
I used to know nothing about what I liked in a good tone or in a good mix.
You learn how to maybe talk a bit better about mixing and even know what you like.
Yeah, like maybe understand on a technical level what I like about mixes and tones instead of just describing them very in a very abstract way, like, oh, I want it to be more creamy or rounder or
Mushy.
stuff like that, or mushy or
Aggressive. Or...
to understand what are the mechanics, the dynamics behind it, so I can mixing directions better.
Anything specific that comes to mind now?
Knowing which frequencies I hear and how to correct them. Like, I want less mid-range for this, or more highs, or I want this to sound...
To already have an idea of like...
The role of frequencies.
Yeah, the role of frequencies, the
different
names kind of each individual band. Because, I mean, it's easy to say lows, mids, highs.
Yeah.
That doesn't actually mean anything, because whoever you ask, it's going to mean something different to them.
Yeah. And the role of a cab as well, the IR, which can change everything pretty much on a guitar.
It's on it. I mean, in terms of frequency content.
Yeah.
For me, a cab is like, I don't know, 50% of the tone, 70% of the tone.
Probably, yeah.
If you take the player out of the equation, then it's like 80%.
Yeah. And also, I think one of the most important things I learned with the mixing of this album is the importance of reverb selection.
Interesting.
The way you play around with reverbs, whether it's like on instruments or voice or effects. I used to think it was very easy to just play around with the reverb to change the depth of an element, make it sound like further away or closer. But it's actually the color of the reverb and the feedback of it and the density of everything can make or break a mix.
Absolutely, yeah.
In this case, I asked a lot of times with to Julien to play around with the reverb of the drums, like the snare, for instance. And I didn't realize how much it would affect the overall mix. And at some moments, I think it just doesn't work because of that. So that's something I should be more mindful of.
Yeah, for me, for example, like something that I just wasn't... I think at some point I just didn't have also the perspective when we were at that level, but when we listened to the vocals...
Rising before our stationary sun.
I think that one of the big problems is that the reverb and delay sounds that are chosen kind of instead of placing it in a space, fill it out with noise.
Yeah.
And fill it out with like this kind of thing that's just always there present.
Yeah.
And in the mix, you don't hear it as part of the vocal sound, just because it's noisy.
But it makes everything else sound a bit
Yeah, it just
mushier.
blurs everything else.
Yeah.
And makes everything else sound a bit further.
Yeah.
And we were like, so many moments we were like, I wish like the bass notes or the guitar notes would pop through better, or maybe like have a more in your face character about them, and we couldn't really get there.
Yeah. I think we were very different clients to work with in many ways.
Than most of the people he works with.
Than most people he would be working with in general.
Okay.
Because I think
We're cooler. We're prettier.
Yeah. But we're a very difficult clients to work with.
Yeah.
Even though we're pretty, because we know what we want. At least speaking for me, I really know what I want to hear, but I have very little theoretical background to express it, and so that makes it difficult for him to really comprehend what I'm looking for in many ways.
And it is I think much easier for a lot of the like shorter, simpler songs where the emotional content, the goal is just so much clearer from the start. And here, the point of it is that it's complex and changing.
Yeah, and also as clients and as musicians, we have to stop somewhere. Like at one point, we have to let it go and admit that it's just not going to be exactly the way we wanted it to be.
No.
I think in this case, we stopped at the right moment. I think every previous version of the mixes or masterings or recordings were not as good as the final one. And I think we could have gone a bit further, but
Not by
I'm not sure. Yeah, not by a lot.
So our camera just died.
Hey!
And this is us. Maybe you can put like a cut of our, like a dumb cut of our faces here at the end.
Right.
And just animate the mouth.
Oh, because there's still sound here, right?
It's still sound, yeah, just not the camera.
Okay. Let's not make that section too long because I hate editing.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope Romain chose a really dumb face for us to finish on. This was Towards the Core.
I think I'm going to put videos of my cats.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
And just us talking over it. Maybe you should talk about your cats.
Okay.
So we have Pickle.
So I have 3 cats which I love very much. So there's Pickle. He used to be kind of a gangster in the streets, but he lost a leg, and since then he's kind of he's being bullied by every other cat. But in his core, in his soul, he's still pretty much a bully himself. He's just getting wrecked all the time. Then you have Worrell, which is named that way after Roald Dane from Nevermore, which I thought would be a touching tribute, but that was before actually knowing that this cat is not only stupid and scared, he's also very fat, because he was not always that fat, but he's still pretty cute. And
I
we
like
have
him. I like
yeah,
him.
he's
He's a
cute.
cutie.
He's Worrell. Yeah, he's himself. And then you have Tardy, who is the youngest one. He's my best bud. He climbs up on my shoulders all the time. Woo! Yeah, he's very cute. He's very friendly. He loves everyone, even though he did not have an easy life. He's a little parrot cat with an eye missing, which makes him extra clumsy.
Especially when he jumps on your shoulders.
Especially when he jumps on my shoulders, but that's fine because he has claws he can use
Nice.
in order not to fall from my shoulders.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time for the last song of the album, The Amensal Fall.
Yeah, the ballad. What is the album?